to day 8 of my sugar slash series. In this series, I'm doing 31 days of lower sugar drinks that you can make yourself at home. We're doing coffees, frappes, lemonades, sodas, energy drinks, all sorts of different types of drinks that are just lower in overall sugar. All of the drinks in the series are 10 grams or less of sugar. And today, day 8, we're doing a caramel macchiato frappe. If you're not familiar with a caramel macchiato, it's basically a vanilla latte with caramel sauce drizzled on top. It's delicious, and we're gonna do that in a frappuccino form today. First thing is the Torani sugar-free vanilla syrup. You can also do regular vanilla. I'm using sugar-free because I'm using the Torani caramel sauce for the drizzle on top. This has sugar in it, so just to kind of counteract, balance out the overall sugar, I'm using a sugar-free syrup with the regular sugar sauce. In a caramel macchiato, it's espresso, so I'm using instant espresso. I like using instant espresso in my frappes or instant coffee, just because that means we're not adding any extra liquid and you're still getting the milky, creamy texture. I've found with using actual liquid coffee or liquid espresso, it either melts the frappuccino too fast or it just kind of tastes a little watered down. With the instant options, you really get that coffee flavor that comes through without watering down the drink, without melting your drink. So that's my personal preference, and that's what I recommend. You can totally use some chilled coffee, but I would lower the amount of milk you're using in the recipe, or I just do like a couple tablespoons of heavy cream to give it that creaminess if you are using chilled coffee. You will also need xanthan gum. This is a thickener. It's just a little powder. This bag will last you a lifetime because you only need an itty bitty amount of this. Starbucks Frappuccinos have xanthan gum in them. It's part of their ingredient list, which is why I include it in my at-home frappes, because it really helps you perfectly replicate that Starbucks Frappuccino texture. So I very much recommend getting this xanthan gum. You can get it at the grocery store or off of Amazon. It's right around $5 to $10-ish bucks, and this bag will last you forever. I've had it for 2 years already, and I barely made a dent in it. Is this necessary? No, but it helps improve the overall texture of the frappe. If you do not use xanthan gum, you're gonna have a frappuccino or frappe that is the ice and the milk separate. So I don't know if you've had a frappuccino before where it's super duper icy and you basically slurp up all the flavor and all the milk and you're stuck with just the ice in there. I don't like that. So that's why I use xanthan gum. This is just a game changer, like actual game changer in at-home frappes. And you only need an itty bitty amount, which we'll talk about later. Next, for the recipe, we need some milk, whatever kind of milk you like, and some ice, and just a little bit of water to mix with the xanthan gum. To start, I have 2 tablespoons of water here, and I'm using just a 1/4 teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon, not tablespoon, teaspoon of xanthan gum. Combining that together, and like I said, this is a thickener, so it's going to thicken the frappe, give it a really nice texture. And you'll notice that as soon as you add this into the water, it forms like a little gummy ball. That's what we want. And the longer you let this sit, the thicker this liquid will become. It's almost like cornstarch, you know? Acts as a thickener or a binding agent. So set that aside while we do the rest of our frappe. Remember, 1/4 teaspoon. And if you think that's too much, because my husband does not like the texture of it because it does get, you know, thick, do 1/8 of a teaspoon or just an itty bitty pinch. Also to note, I like to mix it with water first and then add it into the frappe, but you can just add the powder straight in. I've just noticed with experimentation that the texture comes up just a little bit better, a little bit more like Starbucks when you do mix it with water first. And to our blender, we're gonna add about a tablespoon of this sugar-free vanilla syrup. If you're doing the regular syrup, I do 1/2 tablespoon to a tablespoon. Depends on how sweet you want it. I need a new one. I'm almost done with that bad boy. And then I'm gonna go with the Cafe Bustelo because I do like a strong coffee flavor in my frappuccinos. Cafe Bustelo is very strong, very bold, very dark roast flavor. If you don't like as strong of a coffee taste or you like a lighter roast, use the Nescafe Gold Instant Espresso. Do not get the Cafe Bustelo ground espresso and don't add that in here. That's gonna be terrible. You need instant espresso or instant coffee. And then do about a tablespoon of that. Then I have 8 ounces of milk, or 1 cup of milk, and 1.5 cups of ice. All right, and then I'm gonna add in the xanthan gum mixture, and you'll see that it's definitely like a gummy type of water, or thicker water. It's not just liquidy. Nice and gummy. It's what, oh, smack. Whoops, I just spilled that everywhere. That's what we want, add that in. Oh man. Roxanne. Add the lid. Put it on the blender and then blend. Just a quick little fluff in the blender and add it in slowly. I could have blended it longer than that, but it's fine. Swoosh. Aw, cat. Your girl is just making a giant mess today. Pretend that didn't happen. Okay. Then Torani Caramel Sauce. Hold on. Ooh, yum. Goodness gracious. And then top it off with a hefty faux drizzle of caramel. I didn't even bring a straw. Hello. And another taste with the caramel. Hot diggity. Oh my goodness. I haven't had caramel sauce in a minute. Yeah, delish. This is so good. The texture is so fluffy and creamy. Yup. I'm a fan. Love that recipe. So easy to make too. This would take you 2 minutes to just throw together in the blender and you have a caramel frappuccino. Perfect for a morning coffee, afternoon coffee, or whenever treat. If you want to make this coffee free, just completely not add the instant coffee powder. Just do milk, vanilla syrup, ice, xanthan gum, and then add the caramel sauce on top. And there's that. Easy peasy, day 8 caramel macchiato frappe. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow for day 9, and we are doing a Shirley Temple that I'm really excited about because it's delicious. I will see you then. Got a blast.